Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do what I call auto shop success in 15 minutes. They're lives that I do each and every week. And there are two reasons that I do them. The first one is for you to be able to shift your perspective, your vantage, if you will, the way that you look at your business, your auto shop, and really turn that into your competitive edge. Most owners that I talk to don't have the time to look at their business from that 30,000-foot view. They're so caught up in the day to day and they're wearing a lot of different hats. So they feel like they always have to be on. And 15 minutes a week is not a lot of time to set aside to really give yourself that 30,000-foot view of your business. The second reason is I share an action item, an action step each and every week. And that's where I believe the magic happens. It's in the doing, and it's being consistent in that doing. That's really what causes a ripple effect in your business. I am a shop owner myself. I've been one since 1999. And this is the system that I use in my shop. And it's been working for many, many years. And now I'm sharing it with others. So if you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner that you feel that it can help. This is a very giving group. And that's why I have so much respect and admiration for auto shop owners. A common question that I get asked is, Marianne, who do you work with? And I work with single location auto shop owners who feel that they're in what I call overload. They feel like they're being consumed by their business. They've had different successes. They've reached different milestones, but now what they want to do is they want to have a life as well, but they don't want to sacrifice their business. And many of them call me saying that they're at that point and they want some help. So let's get started. This week, the title is Alignment Changes Everything. Now, when I talk about this with owners, at first, it's like, I want to ask you this question, because how many times have you said to yourself, this year will be different, only to find yourself doing the same thing? Maybe you're just going faster and you're even more tired, but you're just doing the same things over and over again. And it's frustrating because after a little while, things really didn't change. And that's why I don't believe that New Year's resolutions work. Especially for auto shop owners, right? Like us, they sound good. But here's the thing about them. They don't change behavior. Pressure changes behavior. So resolutions don't focus on outcomes. That's why those resolutions will fail owners. Owners don't fail because of their lack of goals. They have them. They fail because of the day-to-day decisions keep pulling them back into the business. So this isn't an owner failing. It's everything that creeps up on the day-to-day. Great intention, no system, no follow-through. When you think about gym memberships, right, every single January, that's exactly what happens. They're all right, ready to go in, great intention, but there's no system and there's no follow-through. And that's what happens in most shops. So what I want to introduce to you is something that I've used for probably 10 years now. It was shared with me years ago, and now I share it every year all the time. I choose one word for the year instead of resolutions. What this does is one word filters decisions. I make better decisions. One word helps me say no, because every time I say yes to something, I'm saying no to something else. And usually it's my personal life. So it really helps me say no to more things. And one word that keeps me focused when things get busy or distractions happen, which it always does, right? Things always get busy, whether it's personally or professionally. So I want to go through those again really quickly. You're choosing one word that filters your decisions, one word that helps you say no, and one word that keeps you focused when things get busy, maybe chaotic, right? Which they always do. So this year, I'm sharing with you, my word is alignment. And what alignment means for me, it means the right people doing the right work for the right reasons. So everyone's aligned. Misalignment, let's talk about what that looks like, because you may recognize that. It's the owner being the bottleneck. Familiar to anyone, right? I experienced that. Hey, I've been in business since 1999. Yes, there definitely were times I experienced being the bottleneck in my business. Another thing where misalignment shows up is roles that exist in your head, but they're not formal. They're not on paper, right? They're not digital. And then another one that's really common is misalignment, you being pulled back in just to help. I'm just going to do this to help, but you do that over and over again. So here's the truth that most owners avoid. If everything still depends on you, it's not a people problem. It's an alignment problem. And a lot of owners will come to me thinking that you have a people problem. It's so common. I'm having a problem and it's around the people. And a lot of times when we talk about it, when we dive a little bit deeper, we find out that there's an alignment problem somewhere. Either it's clarity, leadership, something, but there's misalignment. So what I want to talk about is alignment doesn't mean, when you think I have to get my shop aligned now, because I'm starting to get this concept, Marianne, alignment doesn't mean that you've failed. Having to do this does not mean that you failed. A lot of times, in most cases, it means the business outgrew how it was originally designed. Most auto shops were built and are built even today they're not built to run without the owner. They're built to have an owner there all the time. They were built to survive, right? We're talking about thriving now. So alignment is how you redesign without having all that chaos. So here, every single week, I will give you an action item. And here is your action item for this week. And my suggestion is do this today. If you're watching this on the replay, watch it today, right? When you watch the replay, write down 3 things that you are doing that should not require the owner to do them. Think about that. 3 things. You can probably think of them right off the top of your head. They'll come to mind. You're not looking to change these 3 things yet. Nothing like that. There's no judgment. It's just write down those 3 things that you're still doing that an owner really shouldn't require an owner to do. Then once you have the 3 written down, circle 1. That is your biggest alignment leak. That's where you're going to start. Because if you don't address it, what's going to happen is this will really suck your energy, right? It'll suck your time, everything, every week. It's really going to take away from you every single week, and you won't be at your best. I also want to share with you a pro thinking tip. So growth without alignment doesn't create freedom, right? Many owners are trying to grow their shop. Many owners are trying to get more work in, or maybe go to a bigger location or add a location, all of that. But here's the thing. Without alignment, all you're creating is bigger cage, feeling trapped. And many owners do tell me that one-on-one, that they do feel trapped by their business. So More cars, more people, more pressure, same bottleneck. Alignment will change all this. It changes the game. So let me ask you, if alignment was real in your shop, what would actually be different? Think about that for a moment. If alignment was real in your shop, what would actually be different? Now, drop alignment in the comments or reply alignment if you receive this in my email, because I did send this out as an email, and answer this one question. What's one thing that you're still doing that you know that you shouldn't be doing? I read every response, I read every comment, and I would love to help you identify the next step. Because this year does not mean more effort. You're going to have to put more of yourself into it. It needs better alignment. It doesn't need more effort. So when you think of this year coming up this week, we're starting a new year. Don't think that that's what's needed, more and more effort. It's really better alignment that's needed. So that's it for Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. I'm so glad that you were here, whether you're live or you're on the replay. Have an enjoyable week.